spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Newton. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Volunteers offense will have the first crack at it in this one. After missing out for more than a decade on the celebratory Stogies, it's becoming a tradition when Tennessee beats Alabama in Neyland. Light up the cigar, throw the goalpost in the Tennessee River, and I think we forget that this was a pretty compelling and dramatic back-and-forth game.
It was a great game, and a lot of mistakes, a lot of fumbles and interceptions, and it wasn't clean. It was a little bit sloppy. But the only thing I remember, Jesse, is Dylan Sampson owning the game late in the football game. And I'm going, this is the Crimson Tide. Like, Alabama getting ran on late, and Tennessee really took that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was sloppy from Tennessee. You had mentioned the turnovers. They turned it over 3 times in that game, and Josh Heupel, I think, in the second half just got to a point where he said, we're just going to run the ball. And in the end of the day, it was Tennessee dominating on the ground, over 200 yards rushing. That was the difference. It'll be interesting to see if they can run the ball in this one.
Quickly out to the tight end. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban Field on 3rd down. To throw, it's Aguilar. Makes the catch. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Convert that 3rd down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, you've watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down. You throw the quick timing slant. Now, everybody settle in. We're good. We got this.
And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking downfield on first down. Using the quick game. Oh, a lot of space. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And it makes it so hard on the defense trying to stop these guys because they're not just throwing it to wide receivers in the passing game. They've got a huge weapon here at tight end, and he just shows you how difficult he is to bring down after the catch.
Red pass, it's complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Using his legs, it's Thomas. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vols!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's Adams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Alabama's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic, turning it on. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt him.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed in the middle, it's Horton. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm there.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Looking to fire. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. To the air, it's Aguilar. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Staley. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fakes to grab. Jumped on top of the pile.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Quarterback making checks. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Gaines. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot up over to the bench and wait for your turn to get to the shot.
And he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach is a lot of those guys don't watch them tackle on guys.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game.
Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is locked in this game so far. They've been shutting this offense down. I think one of the biggest reasons why is they are not letting this running back do anything in this game. They're trying to make them one-dimensional. They're being physical close to the line of scrimmage. They've had a really good game plan. They're executing beautifully.
Back to throw, it's Aguilar. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
And the misconnection on third down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The give on the option. Finding an escape route. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires one high and deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Got a man. It's Cuevas. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop now to see what they do on 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking to the big tight end. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time. Never really got that return cranking, but the the offense is set up at the 30.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Tide and Vols. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move-the-chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Tennessee plays out.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Simpson. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Baylor! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Louisville is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're trailing by 17 to Miami.
The give on the inside. Wide open space. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Looks as if we have an injury. Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on 1st down. Release to the back. Got him in the open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Wants to throw again. Hauls it in. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
The Volunteers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll leave it with him. Not much there on the line. He gets one to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. It might be a gamble to go for it on 4th down. With that distance, it's a real gamble to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think the defense was ready for it. I know I certainly wasn't. I don't know about you guys. I thought that was going to be a throw, but they caught him off guard running the football, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. To the air, it's Aguilar. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Nestled just inside that right upright. And the kick is good, and guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hale. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run from the shotgun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's got it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They go to the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time. He'll try to tack on one more.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal. I understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. The short hands, it's Staley. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Leaves it with the back. The Vols get enough for the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Man, you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Staley. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to run for it. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in fourth down territory. It's fourth and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in fourth and short.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Here comes that Alabama offense. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Keeps looking downfield. On the move at the 30. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Got his man quickly. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the uprights. Good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when...
To running room. He's brought down, but there's there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. Three yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Extending the play. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Priority number one, protecting your quarterback. You're down in the ball game. You've got to make sure you don't get those hits on him. Protect him a little bit more. We can get some big plays down the field.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Might be calling a hot route. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up with a 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock.
Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
They're up by 4 over Rice. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, and pull off the big upset. And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, the QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. That's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He might want another play. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Snagged in the middle. It's Matthews. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Roughing the pass.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Unloads to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. They want that clock to run. There he goes! Bulldozes his way through. They'll make the stop at that 1st down. Ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And as the quarterback takes a knee, that clock keeps dwindling away, now under a minute to play. So Alabama once again takes the win in this smoking hot rivalry between the Vols